Just because you don't have $2,000 worth of flight gear does not mean you can't win fights. Today I'll teach you how to dodge more shots and do more damage with one easy technique, the Bandolier, also known as the yo-yo. The yo-yo is the easiest way to be effective with the keyboard and mouse, and yes, this technique can also be used on any variation of controls. Before we get started, make sure to have proper key bindings set. This topic requires a video of its own, but I've already taken care of it. Just check the top of this video for a link to control setups. Let's get started. Neutralization is the act of moving your ship in the required direction to bring your targeting PIP to the center of the enemy ship. We will recognize this position as 0. Notice that when we have an enemy targeted, a box will be drawn around them. Again, the enemy's ship center is 0. This box will define a distance which we will know as 1, though I want you to think of it as a circle. Now for anything further than distance 1, we need to mentally visualize it. We'll set 2 at approximately this distance, and 3 as anything further. Keep in mind that these distances apply to the PIP only when we are 100 meters or further from the enemy. When we are closer, the distance between the separation is measured by the actual distance of the enemy ship relative to your position. In other words, when we're close to the target, forget the PIP. The yo-yo's job is to allow us to move in between distances in an inconsistent pattern to throw off enemy aim. The goal is to also apply as much damage as possible while creating these movements. When you stop, change, or slow your movement in between these distances is up to you. Which thruster we use for the yo-yo is dependent on your position. This is a vertical yo-yo. It occurs by rolling your craft into a position which places the PIP above your ship in a straight line. This will allow us to align our top and bottom thrusters with the movement required to control the vertical yo-yo. A horizontal yo-yo occurs when we roll our craft into a horizontal PIP position, aligning our left and right thrusters with the PIP. For the rest of this video, we will be using a vertical yo-yo. Master the vertical and you will understand the horizontal. While we are in an orbit and facing the enemy, we will usually have some forward momentum. Once in the proper position, we want to use reverse plus up thrust to bring the PIP down towards 1. This will give you a very strong vertical change in the PIP position, so make sure not to accidentally reach 0. To move the PIP upward, we use forward and down thrust. This will only work when the PIP is not at 0, as down and forward is still very weak compared to up thrust. Let's say we start in position 3 and my goal is to reach position 1. My PIP movement should look something like this. We pull towards 1, then push towards 3 in a repeated, unsteady manner, while patiently working our way towards 0. Depending on the enemy's ship's strafe speed will dictate how much up or down thrust you need, and the PIP distance will tell you how fast you are making these changes. The quicker the PIP moves, the harder you are to hit. We do not want to hold a movement for too long, and we don't want to move without purpose. This covers all the basic concepts of the yo-yo. Now let's look at actual combat and see how it all comes together. I also want to announce that we have officially launched a PvP based org. We do not do applications, and we do not care what skill level you're at. All we want is players that want to learn and join us in free flight. For more, check out the description and join the Discord. So let's look at a fight and see how I apply this. So obviously this is a bigger ship, he wants to keep a certain range, and I want to kind of kite him a little bit to push in. So first off, we've understood the distances, now we have PIP at distance 2, and we're just doing a circle strafe. As I start to get closer to the 1,000 meter range and I can start taking damage, I'm going to start to yo-yo. And I'm going to do it with my left and right strafe because it's so much stronger and faster than up and down. However, up and down is still very available and it's still a tool you can use. Left, right, left, right. Now I'm going to push straight in because I'm close. And now I'm going to keep him close. I'm running low on boost, so I'm just going to apply as much damage as I can and try to regenerate my boost. Oh, I had a reverse boost there. Now he's going to have a lot of boost, so he's going to pull away. He's kind of lost. I'm going to let him get distance just so I can explain it. So here we are again, and now I'm back to the circle strafe. Now he's starting to close in a little bit, so now I'm going to start to yo-yo. Now I'm going to hit him with left-right yo-yo because I don't want to be predictable. And we're back inside the gap. So as you can see, there's still 3 tools we're using here, right? I'm using the circle strafe at long distances. I'm using the yo-yo in the mid range when I'm closing, kind of like you're bobbing and weaving in between punches. And then once you're close, you're sticking close because it's a bigger ship, so we want to stay close and we want to apply the damage and not let him get out of our turn rate. All right, so here we go on another fight, and we're going to rely on some circle strafing back here since we're so far. Here I'm going to yo-yo just to get the pip closer to neutral, and I'm going to yo-yo to keep the pip in and stay tight. Now that I'm tight, I don't rely on yo-yoing, I just rely on establishing an orbit, which is done a lot with side strafes and rolls. Here I can yo-yo again. Now I got no boost, so I'm just gonna try to hold an aim race here. Do as much damage as I can while I build up my boost. Yo-yo here. And push in for the neutral with a side strafe yo-yo. Here I'm establishing a rate and ending it. Hope that helped, but if you still have any questions or have any ideas for a possible future video, make sure to comment down below. As always, I'll catch you guys on the next one.